Hey guys, good morning. I'm Steph, I'm the secret slob, and I am getting well into my 21 days of refreshing and refining my flylady routines and basically trying to pull myself out of my messy habits once and for all. So we are on day 16 and it is the last day that we are adding new things to the control journal for our daily morning routine and daily evening routine. So yay, we made it, the end of our daily routines. Awesome. So today we are adding a new page, fancy, and it's going to be called afternoon routine. So just grab another piece of paper, afternoon routine. What we are gonna add to the afternoon routine is start dinner. So this is a huge one for everyone. I know there is so many videos about meal planning, meal prep, freezer meals. Everybody wants to know how they can get dinner on the table in a reasonable time and mostly just feel like they have it under control, because the last thing anybody wants, I know the last thing that I want is it to be 4:45, 5 o'clock, and my kids are starving, and so they start acting like totally crazy. I'm starving, so I have no patience, and my husband walks in the door and he's starving, and it's like, oh my gosh, I have no plan for dinner. And then we end up eating like macaroni and cheese. It's gross, but I mean, I will still always feed my family, but it's so much better when we can have a nice meal. So we are adding right into our afternoon routine, or if you go to work every day, put it in your morning routine, prep for dinner. There it is, afternoon routine, shiny new page. So prep for dinner. So what this means, it doesn't mean like, getting dinner ready at 3 o'clock or anything like that, but just having an idea in your mind of what you want to have for dinner that night. Maybe you want chicken and you've got chicken in the freezer that has to be taken out to thaw. So it's just doing it earlier in the day. So taking your chicken out, taking meat out of the freezer. Maybe if you do have a little bit of extra time, it's chopping up a few vegetables. So at 5 o'clock, you can just throw everything in the pan. Or if you want to get super fancy and just make your afternoon self really proud, it could be making something in the morning in the slow cooker, or even the night before for the slow cooker, and then setting it on and it's ready to go at 5 o'clock. Whatever makes your life easier, let's put it into our daily routine so that we are thinking of our future selves and trying to make life easier in general. So prep for dinner, it can be anything, but as long as you start getting an idea in your mind. It's best to even think of your what's for dinner in the morning, but just by early afternoon is the best. The last thing, the worst thing is thinking of it like as you're making it, because it just feels panicky and stressful. So with prep for dinner, I wanted to really quickly talk about meal planning, because that is huge. So I started meal planning last year and it has changed everything. I'm saving money on groceries. I'm not stressed about what to make. We're eating more interesting things and we have way less waste. So it's lots of really good reasons. So I highly suggest meal planning. And the best way to do it is the way that works best for you. Today we are just going to add one more thing that's gonna make our lives easy, and that is prep for dinner to our afternoon or our morning routine just sometime before 5 o'clock. And if you have time, start doing a little bit of a meal plan so that you can think ahead a couple days, plan leftovers around what you've had the day before, etc., etc. I promise meal planning seems hard at first, but if you just keep it simple, don't get fancy, write the food you're gonna cook probably anyways, and then you just think, yeah, that's what I'm having. So the way that I like to do meal planning that's a little bit different is a lot of people will write Monday, pasta, Tuesday, tacos, whatever. I like to write down the 7 meals that I have ingredients for in my fridge, in my kitchen, and then every day I can just pick a different one, because sometimes when I would do meal plans where it was like Monday this, Tuesday this, I get to Tuesday and I was like, I don't feel like that, but hey, there's something else on my list that I would actually rather have. So, and then by the end of the week, you have to have the last thing, and it's always leftovers, or I always usually put one in like, go out with friends or go out for dinner or something like that. But we mostly eat at home because we have little kids, and taking them to a restaurant is not the easiest or funnest for anybody. So that's what I do. So I just set 7 meals for the week. One of them's always leftovers. Often one is going over to a friend's or having friends over or going out. So I usually only even have to think of 5 meals. and they're there and they're ready for me, and it just takes all the stress out of cooking because I know I have the ingredients. I don't have to search around my kitchen. I've done the work ahead of time, and I prep it in the morning. And meal planning has just become so much easier. I hope this makes your day a little bit easier, and if you have any meal planning tips, let me know in the comments. I love meal planning now. It has changed my life, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye!